What's good, Taurus? TT here with the telepathic message. If y'all are new, we do a them versus you type of reading. So we're going to take a look and see who has a message for you. And then we're going to get your energy, Taurus, and see exactly like what you're saying to this person and do like a little mediation, okay? So the overall energy between you and this person is responsibilities. All right, responsibilities, a lot of hard work, your burdens, your responsibilities, and things that you have going on in your life. They have things going on in their life, and they have to be independent, and they have to be resourceful, and they have to manage those responsibilities without having anyone to call or anyone to support them, help them, and things like that. And I feel like you as well have the same type of situation where you are being the adult in your life and you are doing the best that you can with the tools and resources that are provided to you. So I feel like this is someone that wants to call you. They want to reach out to you. They want to offer you some type of support, encouraging words. I do feel like this is someone that has to take a moment to kind of process their next steps to how they're going to respond to a situation. So I don't know if you recently spoke to someone, reached out, or if they reached out to you and vice versa. I do feel like this person takes they take some time to really evaluate what the best course of action is before they respond. So if you've been feeling like someone maybe isn't responding to you, ghosting you, not communicating with you, or something to that sort, I do feel like this is someone that wants to make sure that they're not enabling you, Taurus. They want to make sure that they're not hindering you on your self-love journey, and they're not creating this false narrative that they're the person that you can call on whenever you're going through something in your personal life, right? This person feels as if you have a lot on your shoulders, and it's difficult for them to express a level of love and compassion towards you with knowing that you have other ties to other people, places, and things that you've accumulated in your life, right? But when you are friends with another person, or you're in love with another person, or anything of that matter where there's relations involved, it doesn't even have to be sexual. This could be platonic as well. This person is very careful with the next thing that they say or do because they feel like you're fragile. This is someone that looks at you, Taurus, as if you are a very fragile person, and if they say the wrong things, it could push you away or make you feel like, I'm never talking to that person again. That's it. They hurt my feelings, whatever. Now, I'm going to touch on you, Taurus, but I have to explain to you this person's perspective and where they're coming from. It's coming from a space of your karma is your karma. Good or bad, it's not personal. We all grow through growing pains, and this person just wants to make sure you're not another person on their list that they're saving. This is someone that has a tendency to be like a rescuer or a savior to people that need something or need help or need support, and they just want to make sure that they check in with themselves first, that they check in with God and ask themselves like, hey, is this the right thing to do? Is this the right thing to, is this the best way to respond to Taurus? Some of you, Taurus, I feel as if y'all have a different perspective around what self-love means, okay? Self-love from this person's perspective is, I'm concerned, I take responsibility for my my well-being. I take responsibility for my self-care. I take responsibility for my healing journey, and I do it independently. And if I don't have the means or the necessities to get it done, I wait until that opportunity comes and then I follow through. But I go through the discomforts of that experience without looking for a handout or looking for support or a rescuer. Your perspective, Taurus, is showing up as someone that does the same thing, in the sense of I express that I love, and I express that I care, and I express compassion, not based off of like, oh, you got to do it completely by yourself. Sometimes it's okay to lean on another person, or lean on a lover, a family member, or something like that. You're more comfortable with being able to have that flexibility. All right. Now we have to look at all facets, right? Because we all are kind of going through the same things, but we're doing it in different times and different seasons. Okay. So yeah, you have your things going on, but so does this person. And that's why I'm saying to you that it's not a no, it's let me think about it. Let me process it. Let me consider what this is that you may be asking this person, or you may have asked of this person, whether it was, you know, just encouraging words, a conversation, and things like that. There's a sense of codependency that rests between the two of you. And it's like, you want to make sure, Taurus, that this person wants to make sure that they're not taking on your burdens and your responsibilities, but still trying to be, you know, a good support friend, whatever. The other person, you, Taurus, is kind of like, all that's fine and dandy, but when things get difficult, we should be able to banter together. We should be able to show up for each other. We should be able to be a friend. That's what companionship is, right? But you may be internalizing it, Taurus, or you may have a tendency of internalizing this person's choices as a means of them punishing you. So you may look at what this person does as like, oh, this person is just punishing me because they would normally do X, Y, and Z, but because of whatever blockages there are, they don't want to talk to me. They don't want to work with me. Whatever those blockages are, we're not going to get into those because that's not where we at right now. But we have to acknowledge that this person has a right to protect their peace. They have a right to consider what comes along with involving themselves in your life. Okay. Taurus, your energy is showing up as someone that you may be going through difficulties in regards to stability. The type of stability that I'm picking up on is maybe you have baby mama trouble. Maybe you have baby daddy trouble. Maybe you have daddy issues, mommy issues, or something like trauma. And this person may have been a catalyst in your life to get you to not get you, but this person's opposition. This is why I'm saying y'all are like, there's this mirroring thing. This person's opposition to resolve certain things brings up, or it sheds light to these issues within you, Taurus. Every single time you guys have an interaction, it's like, you know, we can never dead the situation. This is something that's constantly happening over and over again. But it doesn't have to be that way. But you don't want to let it go, or you don't want to work on it. And I feel like what this person is saying, no, this aspect of your journey belongs to you. And if they were being honest with you, Taurus, if they were being completely honest with you, they don't want to take on that aspect of your journey in conjunction with them. So when someone doesn't want to take on that aspect of your journey, as a part of their own and share that burden with you, what do you do, right? So now that brings up questions, it brings up emotions, and it brings up different things inside of you, Taurus, that makes you have to look at yourself and ask yourself, why does it affect you, or why does it trigger you that this person is not able or is choosing not to show up for you the way you would like them to, right? This has been an ongoing saga. That's what I'm seeing from this energy, all right? A part of the self-love journey is learning boundaries, healthy boundaries, and committing to them and sticking to them. And once you've had an experience and you've decided that, hey, this is my truth, I don't want to do X, Y, and Z, honoring that is a part of the self-love process, right? Now, that doesn't mean that time won't pass away and the journey doesn't get better, and you can't show up for each other in a positive way, all right? But I do feel like this person is taking a self-evaluation and they're looking at all aspects of it, and give them a minute to consider what it is they're going to do next. That's kind of like where they're at right now. They are concerned about you. It's not coming from a place of a cold place. It's just coming from a space of like, this person is mature, okay? This person is not, they know who they are. They know what their truth is. And they feel as if they sleep good at night when they walk in their true authenticity, okay? It's not personal to you, but it is their truth. And I feel like this person is in your life to teach you, Taurus, that a person can love you and want to see the best for you, but not want to be with you. 1. 2, a person can love you and want the best for you and not have to do for you. You see what I'm saying? And it goes on and on and on. And then you learn that, okay, that wasn't an act of aggression towards me. That was an act of self-love that they were exhibiting. And I can now learn from that person that I too can be honest, and I don't have to be self-sacrificing. I don't have to be a rescuer or a savior to every single person. It's not my duty or my responsibility to repeat that codependency pattern with every person that I come encounter with, because they're my brother, my sister, my brother, my mom, my dad, my lover, you know, if you genuinely want to say no, you should be able to say no. And that doesn't mean that you're a bad person. And I feel like this person is here to teach you that, Taurus. Because a part of this energy is saying that you're not quite confident with saying no. You're not quite confident in when a person has a tendency of pushing your boundaries. You tend to like get frustrated and give in. For some of you get frustrated with the disharmony of a situation and you run from the conflict, but running away from it doesn't take away the fact that there's something that's creating the disturbance. There's a reason why the conflict is there. Your emotional response to the friction or the conflict or chaos stems from a mother and a father trauma wound somewhere inside of there. And you could be a completely grown person and still feel like, I don't know why it's so difficult for me to be selfish. And you may view self-love as selfish. Like, I put myself first. I'm just doing this. I do this all the time. But I never, you know, I'm so selfless that I dishonor myself. Well, that's why, you know, this person is evaluating whether or not it's a good idea to interfere with your lessons. Okay. So let's see. So we have poverty in reverse. Oh, okay. So I get this energy of this person. Hold on, y'all. What I'm seeing. Are you gonna come up? Okay. what I'm seeing here is that this person is not obligated to do anything. This person, they have resources, they have, things are working for them, okay? They don't have legal issues, they don't have things binding them to any particular person. They're a free person, they can do whatever they want to do. They're not contracted to anyone, they're not married to anyone, they're not taken. And though they're not any of those things, they also know from maturity that I'm still not obligated to do for another person, okay? It's just, we're not meant to be on the same path together. We're not meant to walk through this part of our experiences together. This part belongs to you, this part belongs to me, and we all go through our growing pains. And I feel like this person is saying, like, you know, you got to mature and make better decisions, right? Because when a person is responsible and they're mature and they handle their business and their responsibilities, they're not going to let things like their bills go unpaid. They're not going to let things happen. They are very disciplined and they're very consistent in their life experiences. And a part of growing up and maturing is that you get to a space in life where you make proper decisions, where you're not asking for help, okay? So, or needing assistance. So regardless of what you may feel, Taurus, or whoever resonates with the Taurus side, flip, flop it, and reverse it, I feel like you want this person to work with you. Work with me. This could be, like I said, a family member. This could be a lover or anything, or a friend. It's like, work with me, help me out. You know, don't let me die out here. But at the end of the day, you're not going to die. And this person through maturity knows that you're not going to die. That's just, you know, a grandiose way of responding to the discomforts of life and the discomforts of existing and going through maturity and things like that. So this person can see that you are at a space in your life where you're trying to get your footing, or you're trying to balance certain things. Now, the reason why people say you can't be friends with people that ain't on your level is because situations like this happens, where you start to feel like, is it a personal thing? You know what I'm saying? Is that person doing me like this because, you know, they want to see me struggle? They want to see me go through hardship? They want to hurt me? You go through those questions. Yes, we all have been there, but I don't genuinely see that this person is doing it out of a space of militia. They're doing it out of a space of, I've learned how to love without being codependent, or allowing other people to be codependent of me. So if I don't have money to spare, I'm not going to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have that extra responsibility, I'm not going to take it on. And how is it fair that whoever's on this side can look at this person like, well, you should because we're friends, or you should because you talking to me, or you should because we have responsibilities or ties together. Outside of those responsibilities, it shouldn't have to cross over to where there's an expectation that this person has to. They can say no. So Taurus, let's get on your side. What I said, expectation. This is a lesson of expectations. Okay. Adjudication in reverse. I'm seeing here, like, if this is like a relationship between like an ex and you or something like that, Taurus, I feel like the ex is one of the exes is looking like, the ex on this side, which is supposed to be your side, Taurus, is looking as if, you know, we don't have to go to the courthouse, or we don't have to go the legal route to sort out our differences. We don't have to get the law involved. We don't have to do all those extra things. And we can still show up for each other and be there for each other and support each other. Okay. The person on this side is saying that I don't have those financial struggles that you have. I don't have those obligations that you have. They don't belong to me. And Courthouse as well is saying that I'm not required to do this. Courthouse in reverse is also saying that I don't need to go to court to make you do it either. You don't have to do anything. You can decide to do the right thing, but I'm not going to sit here and chase you down because I expect you to do for me. I'm going to take care of myself. All right. So there's that energy too. If this is a friend dynamic, okay, I feel as if this may be a friend that you may be expecting them to just be supportive towards you and be helpful towards you in some way. There's this expectation of, you know, we don't have to be together for us to be good friends and hear each other out. But then this person has to consider, do they have the time right now or the mental capacity to allow you to dump on them or listen to what you have to say? And does that make them a bad friend for not being in the position to really be able to take on your burdens right now? So there's that dynamic as well when it comes to a friendship dynamic. Same thing for family. It's like no one wants to be a nag. No one wants to be annoying. No one wants to be any of these things. But the presence of expectation, which is a codependency pattern, brings up an emotion, or it conjures up an emotion that can make you feel imbalanced. And when that happens, you start to victimize yourself. You start to feel like, you know what? I deserve better than this. You know what? You're not a good friend. You know what? Maybe I do need to put you to court. Maybe I do need to do X, Y, and Z because you're not doing it on your own. There's that dynamic as well. You're not my family. I don't want to be around you guys. I don't want to talk to you guys. You know, when I get wealthy, when I get better, nobody come and talk to me. So there is an extreme way of responding that I'm seeing here to conflict when it comes around expectations of support, expectations of deciding the semantics of family and how you're supposed to show up for each other. It goes back to biblical times, and it doesn't really support the self-love journey. It actually asks you to sacrifice yourself in order to be qualified or considered unconditional love. But really, unconditional love doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice yourself. It means that you are willing to place the necessary boundaries, right, that reciprocates the same unconditional love that you want, that you carry for yourself, for other people, and vice versa. So I feel like what's happening right now is a very deep codependency pattern being brought like a pimple. It's about to pop. It's about to pop. Because I feel like it's rooted. It's deeply rooted. Here, author. So you have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. And then we have builder at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this person is looking out for you. They feel like you're going to get it. Like the same way they figured it out, you'll figure it out too. You'll feel good when you write your new story, Taurus, and you create a life for yourself that you feel good for. Because it's something that no one can take from you. And when you have that type of platform to stand on, that type of confidence to stand on, you feel good. You feel like a mature woman and male, you know. You feel like, hey, my worth wasn't external to me. My worth was always with me, okay? And I feel like this person is asking themselves, like, am I going to get punished for dishonoring myself? Like, I know what that feels like, to ignore my better judgment and just say, you know what, I'll do it. And knowing genuinely that you really want to say no. So this is the season right now of finding the mental strength to get back out there, interact with friends, family, romance, and things like that, but not be afraid to say no. So flip-flop it how you need to. Ooh, Taurus. This may stem from a past life because I see monk or nun here. So this is kind of saying like in a past life, you may be battling with a past life agreement that's still like hovering over you, of like this devotion to walk a particular path. And you may be feeling like, you know what? Loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. Okay, so your life purpose is, it's like you're rewriting a new life purpose for yourself through this connection. This is like a catalyst type of situation. What are you doing? This is like a catalyst type of situation where this is the type of connection where the more that this person over here, Taurus, refuses you or refuses to offer you, just walk past, go ahead. Refuses to offer you solutions to your problem, Taurus, you start looking inward and you start doing this past life healing work on yourself. And you're gonna like let go of that old agreement of like, I gotta sacrifice myself for my family. I have to do this because God said it's the best thing to do. I gotta, you know, what would Jesus do type of situation. You're gonna write a new story. You're gonna write a new narrative, and you're going to create it and build it the way you want it to look, and still be able to interact with people, your family and things like that, but you won't carry or possess that same trauma or that past life contract. So I feel like in order for you to really heal this pattern that I'm seeing here, you're gonna have to start speaking up for yourself. And I don't mean you have to respond in an aggressive way. I do feel like the way that this person takes their time to say, let me sleep on it, let me think about it, or choose not to respond at all, is an answer, and that's okay. You may feel like you just ignored me, you didn't answer me, you didn't respond back to my text message, my phone calls, you just ignored me. It's not personal. Who said this person had to respond? That's what kind of is happening here. And why do you expect them to respond? Is it because you were told that that's manners and that's how you communicate and that's the proper way of being there for each other as friends, family, or anything like that? So I feel like every agreement that you have in your subconscious mind about your expectations around family and friends is changing at the core, okay? It's changing. And what this person is teaching you, this is their purpose, to teach you that you have this innate ability to build and create things with a deep sense of accomplishment, right? So yeah, you're gonna fail, you're gonna bump your head, you're gonna fall down, but you're gonna accomplish it. You're gonna see that you were always on the right path. And you're gonna feel good about yourself because you didn't have this person to offer you a solution. So I do feel like this person is trying to, like I said, walk on eggshells because they don't want to tip the bull. But whatever you're doing right now, if you feel like things are unfair, if you feel like you're being punished, this is not a punishment, it's happening for you. And everyone says that, and I get it, but as uncomfortable as it may be, as irritating as it may be, and as much as you may want it to stop, I feel like eventually you're gonna realize that you're free. You're finally free. Even if you have nothing but the shirt on your back, you're free. Okay? This is not happening by an accident. This is by design, and it's preparing you for something greater. Felt kind of hard to say that, Taurus. I don't know why I felt hard. This may be like a twin flame connection that's where y'all are like catalysts for each other this lifetime. We have principle in reverse. Ooh. So I feel like right now you're looking at the situation, Taurus. Like I said, this is a friendship type of dynamic where you're gonna be friends with someone. This is about a friendship. Establishing a friendship builds things on solid grounds first. I do feel like this person is going to spare you. This person is going to spare you, like, you should do this and you should do that, and the principle of this and the principle of that. They're going to spare you all of the semantics. They're not going to go back and forth with you about that. They're not going to beat a dead horse or tell you what you're supposed to do. And I feel like through whatever you're trying to achieve right now, Taurus, if there's delays, there's setbacks, things are moving a lot slower, that's exactly where it's meant to happen right now. And it's to rebuild you from the inside out. It's to really help you conquer this prior agreement that you may have created in a past life or in this one. To encourage you to keep staying on course. I do feel like this person is going to give you a friendly reminder that you're doing a good job. And show you compassion in other ways outside of trying to be together, outside of trying to, you know, work it out and heal the connection. They're going to give you real compassion as a friend. If that's what you're looking for. I do feel like with egotism in reverse, I feel like your whole objective in this scenario was for you to master putting your pride aside. So some of you had to put your pride aside and ask a friend for help. Some of you had to put your pride aside and ask a family member for help. Whatever it was that you had to put your pride aside and just say, hey, I need some help, or hey, this is where I'm at right now. We all have been there. And that chip on your shoulder that makes you feel like, I don't want to have to ask anyone anything. I don't want to have to do anything like that. It's okay. And I feel like even if the person doesn't tell you what you want to hear, you did something that you would have normally never done, which was put yourself in a vulnerable situation and put your pride aside. And this is where the achievement is. That's all the achievement that you were meant to get from this experiment, Taurus, with this person. And if you got that, even if you feel like you don't got it right now, you're gonna see that. I see you seeing that. So where is my deck of cards? So let's get the prediction. You know, I see this person saying like, hey, no strings attached. This is for you. You don't gotta give it back or whatever. This is a friend, family, or whatever. I've been there, okay? Like, I don't feel like this is a person that want to see you starving. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not the type of person. They're not that cold. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm seeing. Like, I feel like they're gonna get the green light from God that they can, you know, they can trust this transition, this transaction, or things like that. And I feel like you may have felt like you even asking for help or you even being vulnerable like this to anybody was weakness, but it was really a test of your strength, okay? Queen of Coins, I'm telling you. I feel like the old you would have never. You would have never. Your pride wouldn't have never let you do any of this. And I feel like your biggest thing is that you don't want this person to think that you don't love yourself, or that you're weaker, or that you are not strong. And I don't think this person views you as that. They feel like you do love yourself. They feel like you do want to do things on your own, and they admire that about you. They want you to know that, Taurus, okay? but we just got to get that warped perspective out of your head, okay? And I feel like this experiment was about, like, whew, you can breathe now, okay? What's the prediction? We got the Sun, the 9 of Coins, and then we have the 7 of Cups. Okay, so I feel like this person is gonna look at you like, it's pretty much gonna say, like, you don't ever have to wonder. It's like this person is saying, like, you don't ever have to wonder about being so strong. You don't have to have it all figured out. I'm not gonna do you like that. This person is not that type of friend. Okay, like I said, friendship is at the core here. They're not that rigid. They're not gonna, you know, take you to court, do all types of crazy things to you. They're just not gonna do that. I feel like this 9 of Coins is this person pretty much saying, like, just because you are an independent person and you are single or whatever, it doesn't make you weak. 9 of Coins in reverse. Sometimes you don't have it all and sometimes you do, and that's okay. I feel like this person is going to reassure you about that. So if there's been any confusion or hang up about this person looking at you as a sign, like you're weak or something, or you just fall into your flesh or your temptation and all this other spiritual journey will do. Nah, they're not gonna do that to you. We have the Sun and the Lovers, okay? They love you like a true friend. That's what I'm seeing here. 5 of Cups in reverse, yes. No love is lost, okay? That's what they're gonna say, like, no love is lost. The Magician. No love is lost. That's what I'm hearing from this person. I see you being very grateful. I feel like this is going to make you very emotional. I'm seeing this make you very emotional because I feel like you were expecting this person to give you a lecture, or you were expecting this person to give you some type of, like, 5-page letter, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it. Like, you really were dreading having to hear another person tell you about how you need to be more independent and more self-sufficient. And I feel like in this situation, you're not going to have to hear that. And you're going to be pleasantly surprised that this person didn't, like, stick it to you real hard. And I feel like you're going to let that emotion go that was attached to you being vulnerable, okay? That's what I'm seeing in this prediction through this interaction. Whenever the interaction occurs, Lord. So clarify this. King of Coins. I had a moment of seeing, like, eyes roll like this. Damn, Taurus. I really feel like whoever's on this Taurus side, you really don't like feeling needy. You really don't like feeling like you need help. You don't like not having it all together. It's not normal. I feel like based off of your childhood or whatever happened in your life, you've had a very rough, tough path. And you're getting back out there. And I feel like there are people that want to show up for you as a friend in the ways in which you do. And I feel like the moment that anyone does for you, Taurus, you start feeling like, oh my God, I'm weak. They're going to look at me a certain way, or they're going to perceive me to be needy, codependent. Like, no. Do I feel like this person gonna rub it in a little bit? Yeah, I do feel like this person's gonna be like, see, you know you need a little help or something like that. Yeah, and I feel like, but it's a way to really just like laugh it off. I feel like this person is just joshing you type of. Okay. You're gonna get a pick-me-up. That's what I'm seeing here. It's a pick-me-up. 6 of Coins. Yes, and it's not gonna be like the past. I do feel like it's healing. Okay? It's gonna be very healing. And I feel like your initial expectation of feeling as if you are at the mercy of another person's judgment, the mercy of another person's decision, or weighing in the balance of what, like, at the mercy of another person is uncomfortable for you. So I see you going through these series of emotions, and then it all plays out to be like, oh, that wasn't that hard, right? It wasn't that hard, Taurus. 9 of Cups. Ask and you shall receive. It's not that difficult, but a part of this was hard for you to do because you have had to be man and woman all for yourself. You have had, so, you know, letting another person do something nice for you or letting another person do anything for you is so uncomfortable. And that's why, you know, it's like, what is it that you want from me? And then they ain't even like that, okay? They ain't even like that. You just dealt with a lot of takers. That's what I'm seeing here, Taurus, okay? So let's do the love oracles because I feel like we're gonna do all upright. For those where this is where it is a love connection type of thing. What is this person? What do they want to say to Taurus? You were right. Will this pain ever stop? Drama. Can't stop thinking about you. The heat between us is intense. I wish I could understand you. Okay, and then we have childhood trauma. So like I said, this is someone that has gone through drama situations, whether it was through relationships of their own past or anything like that. Trauma bonding or anything like that. You may have told this person, Taurus, that they needed to work on their inner child trauma. I do feel like this person is just telling you thank you in some capacity. Taurus, what do you want to say to this person? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel so lost? You triggered me. I told you this person was triggering you. Will this ever change? And then I wish I could understand you. I feel lonely. Emotions overwhelm me. I'm better with my mind than my heart. People don't believe in me. So yeah, there's a lot of energy of just feeling really down and out. And like I said, this person is going to remind you to take a chill pill. This person is going to remind you to just be gracious with yourself. Look on the bright side. You know what I'm saying? And keep your head up. Will you be able to change this person? No. Will you be able to make them do, you know, change their mind on where they stand? No. But that's the beauty about not controlling each other, is you both get to just be 100% honest at where you're at right now and learn how to work through it separately. Magical story. Love you guys, Taurus. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.